As the summer of 22 heated up, Greg Sego decided to take a vacation. On the docket, a trip to the easternmost point of Long Island's Southern Fork. Join Greg, won't you, on a soggy trip some early August day, in this installment of his photo vlog. Sego Trip, Episode 9.
Hi everybody. Recording off my computer. First time, still learning. I'm not this pale, all right? Relax. I am this pale. Little question, little story. Has this ever happened to you? You decide to drive somewhere, travel somewhere, go somewhere to take photos, but you get there and it's raining and you're thinking, oh no, is my camera weather sealed? Is it water sealed, safe, whatever the terms are? Because there are a few terms out there. One is weather sealed. That means, okay, we're good. One is water resistant. I'm not taking a chance. That's long story short. So when I went to Montauk Lighthouse, driving the entirety of Long Island until hitting the Atlantic Ocean, something happened. Something that was not forecasted. It was raining. I sat in my car, was very bummed. And just, oh no, I went all this way and I'm just not going to be able to take photos today. But then, I'm staring through the windshield, facing the lighthouse, and I'm thinking, this kind of reminds me of the great contemporary photographer Todd Hido, who's famous for many things, but one of which He's taking these sort of otherworldly images through the windshield of his car and sort of mucking up the glass to create these very interesting, almost painterly-like images. So that's what I did in my car, through the windshield, taking very interesting images through the rain-soaked windshield and windows, and let's see if we can make something out of them. Let's jump into Lightroom and see what we can do. Okay, so here we are in Lightroom. What I like to do first, if you've seen any of my Twitch photo editing live streams, I like to check the lens correction tab, enable profile corrections, remove chromatic aberrations. Even though these modern cameras, finding chromatic aberrations may be a rarity these days. How lucky are we? So I go to transform next. I want to click auto, which makes the vertical and horizontal lines even more proper. I like to find my composition next. I like to lock it in before I do any other photo manipulation, and I want to take away some of this bright sky. I think it's dominating the image a little too much. I'm using the arrow keys to just very carefully nudge the image to where I want it. There we have the lighthouse on this right vertical rule of thirds line. Boom. And man, that's looking pretty great. But of course, I want the viewer to sort of look at this and think, wait a second, is this a painting? What are these lines? You know, presenting to the viewer a lighthouse, but obscured through so much. I mean, we've got the windshield with the rain droplets I'm shooting out of focus. And of course, we have this wonderful foreground interest of a fence and green in between. So let's check out auto white balance to see how the software interprets the white balance. And you know, this was very similar to how it looked in person when I was there. This was August 1st, I believe. Let's click I, which tells you, of course, through metadata, August 1st. There we go, 4:03 p.m. That sounds right. And if you're scoring at home, boom, read them and weep. Okay. What I also like to do, if you're new here, take note, because I find this to be very valuable. I like to click auto to see how the software interprets all of these data points, all these pixels. And I like to work back and refine, or even undo, Command Z it all, for those who understand what that means. So let's see what happens, shall we? We click, and I like some of this, but I don't like a lot. What I don't like is up here, so bright. I want to show off the windshield droplets, and you know, up here we barely can see anything. So I'm going to bring the exposure back down to 0 by double clicking. I'm going to bring the highlights all the way to -100. Shadows I may bring down. See, this is what I encourage you to do. Slide to the left, slide to the right. You all heard that song.
Slide to the left.
Same applies in Lightroom. Finding that perfect spot on the slider where you just feel like, man, this is how I envisioned the image, the final look. And we're getting there. Since things are looking very flat, and as you can hear my computer fan coming on, we're getting to a good place. We're working hard. I want to add in a little more contrast to make this pop a bit more, less flat, more flattering. Let's go into HSL, which is the hue, saturation, luminance. The wonders of editing an image, I'm noticing all these different colors now popping. We have this warm yellow light here, which is actually the gift shop, as any proper gift shop shall be warm and inviting. I want to kind of accentuate that color a bit because it's so specific to this image. It's only really coming from here. I want to push the greens up a bit and maybe, you know, bring down the luminance, make it just a little darker, because I want to kind of have a conflicting relationship in the image with regards to the bottom half. Want a little darker than the upper half. And I think we really achieved that by just knocking this down, what, about -70. And man, we've done a lot in a little time. As you can see, before, after, before, after. I think I pushed this into the right direction. I hope I did Mr. Todd Heido justice. And with that said, let's jump back into August 1st, 2022, Montauk Lighthouse.
Did you know that this image of the somber, lost at sea monument is a photo recreation of a shot Greg captured 1 year prior, as part of his film entitled Trade Winds? Click the link above, or below, to view the film, a travelogue doc of sorts, capturing the East End through a candid lens, revealing the Hamptons and Montauk as a microcosm of America at large. Juxtapositions between the rich and, well, reality. Please do take a gander. And let Greg know what you think in the comments. But now, we return to the lighthouse finale. The Tower Walk. On behalf of the Greg Sego, thanks for watching. And be sure to catch Greg most every night on Twitch, where he practices photography in the photorealistic worlds of modern video games, as well as hosting the occasional photo editing tutorial or two. And while you're at it, hop into his Discord, aka the Creative Content Community. A group of artists and enthusiasts who welcome one and all, and are always eager to see your work. Until next time, kisses.